Right, that's the weirdest thing. They're carrying on, I think. This seat here, I saw a tube underneath it. I thought a plastic tube from a roll of dog poop bags or some such. Absolutely not. Look what I just picked up here. How does this come to pass? It's a 7.62, so it's not aged. There's no particular age to that, I wouldn't have thought. How does that end up suddenly come into the fore like that? And it's not a blank. She was, lady there was suggesting that it had come from the museum, blah blah blah, after they shot their blanks, but that's not a blank. Well, what is the story there? I can't see a date, a legitimate date on it. Can't be 1922, can't be. Can't be. But it's a 7.62 millimetre, like they use today. Well. How on earth does that end up coming to be sat there like that? Well, I'm looking for more now underneath the chair. It was right on the floor, just there. Go figure. It's going to be a crazy day, isn't it? Well, it has been already. Perhaps we should go home before something absolutely insane happens. Go home and polish up the cartridge here. That looks like the pilot boat. There was a car transporter coming up from the south. Dionysus leader or something like that. So that's presumably what they're returning from. No sign of it. It's behind Berry Head. Come on in. There's a lot of these flying about. Burrowing bees, is it? I think that's what that is. Somebody just had a go at that one. Okay, we're on the chair. Gasping for breath. Okay, that's the pilot boat inbound. Right, I'm showing my age, aren't I? Going back to this, let's try and get it in focus. You know, here's me going about, can't be 1922. Well, no, of course it's not. Could be 2022, couldn't it? Show me age, I'd lost track of what the flipping decade is. Yeah. Alright, that's a modern one. 2022, that would make sense. That would make sense with the amount of, or the lack of corrosion. So, yeah, 2022. What is that doing there? How did that get there? Was somebody wandering about with a little trophy from somewhere else and just happened to drop it there? Inexplicable. Absolutely inexplicable to me. How that would end up by that seat there. I'll get the ball out, just wait a minute. There is a remote possibility that the lady who suggested, oh, it's one from the museum, when they fire their guns, they might give the cartridges away to children, blah blah blah. I don't recognise that as a blank. Now, it is remotely possible that, again, I'm out of touch and blanks are made differently now. With something this big, my experience of these being blanks is that they actually have, up to where my finger is, it looks, for all the world, a little bit like, a proper bullet in the end, but it's actually crimped brass. That's the sort of blanks I'm familiar with. They have a sort of a crimped brass point on the end that looks like a bullet, and when it's blank fired, that opens up and it just expels the gas. That's what I'm familiar with as a blank for one of these. But it could well be that things have changed and things are made differently now, but who knows? As I say, it's a mystery. It's an absolute flipping mystery how that's come to be down by the seat there, I think. It's certainly not old. I used to when I was a kid, I was into guns and airplanes and all of that, and I lived in Bristol, and there was a rifle range at Pilning. I think it's probably still there, actually, not that far from the old Severn Bridge. And as a family, occasionally we'd sort of just go and visit this area, and I was always into wandering across the rifle range when it was safe to do so, finding and picking up the cartridge cases. Used to find loads and loads, and then they started sort of picking them up, and you'd find less. Occasionally you'd find a live round, and I can remember being with my dad once. We found a live round, and he sort of ceremoniously threw it out into the mud of the River Severn estuary for safety. But yeah, so I have a little bit of familiarity with such things. Morning. That was the subject of the pilot transfer that I could not pronounce. It's just Dionysus, isn't it? Leader. It's a bit too blue, really, isn't it? Yeah, it's one of those days when everything's visible. There's a very large shape just gone across there. I was gonna shoot that one, but there's something much bigger just there. So that Emirates, I can read that from here, can't I? Emirates. Emirates. However you pronounce it. Oh dear. And that other one is jinking. I just jinked again up here. Okay. There's another. They're all flipping visible. It's something about the conditions today, isn't it? Only too late to figure out which one's which here. Right, where are we? That's the big one. And the jinker is that one, I think. There was something else going across, wasn't there? It's got to be that one up there. Yeah, enough for the aircraft. Loads of them are visible. Somebody's looking at the sky. We're missing Mannin slipping out here.